I am so excited. This is sick. Okay. Got my first Bitcoin miner plugged in. And I'm even mining on Starlink. This is just crazy. Like, it has taken so much longer than anticipated to get here. And I'm not quite there yet, but I'm there enough that we got a rig plugged in. That's freaking cool. And I've got a lot of juice pulled out here, and I've got internet working. God, it just feels like, in a way, like a weight off my shoulders. I've been like working towards this for so long. If we just met, hey, my name's Vosk. This is the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I'm a full-time crypto miner, and I also make a lot of crypto videos. I've been trying to basically do this right there in a place like this for 3 freaking years. It's been an insanely long journey with a lot of ups and some pretty painful downs too. But that's a Bitmain Antminer S19 J Pro, whatever. It's a pretty good Bitcoin miner for this era right now. I'm working on getting some of the more efficient Bitcoin miners in, but I mean, they're expensive, and I just think that they're going to come down in price. So I've kind of been a little reluctant. I have additional Bitcoin miners here that I also need to go ahead and plug in here shortly. I need a couple more cables. I need to change up my PDU situation, and it's cold here now, so I'm using the miners to heat all the buildings, but I'm also going to consolidate the miners and purpose-built Bitcoin and crypto mining farm buildings. Among some random things like car parts, got several other ant miners back here, some other altcoin miners like gold shells and things like that. So right now I'm in VoskCoin HQ. This isn't really the mining farm, but I've got a ton of juice. I got 400 amps in this building, so I can plug a significant amount of mining rigs in here. A lot of people ask me why. Why do I do this? So I've set out to earn passive income with cryptocurrency, and I'm turning my electricity into Bitcoin. So you got to run the numbers. What do I pay for electric? My electricity rate's not all that great. It's about 12 cents per kilowatt in this location. I need to get my usage up and try to get my costs down. Also, I'm working with the electric company to bring out 3-phase. I'm mining on single phase, which gives me a worse electricity rate as well. So I've got better things in the plans, but these electric companies, you submit your load letter, basically how much electric you're going to pull, you're going to use, electricity, and they'll start to take you serious based on your load letter. But like when they really see the bills hit, and it's like, wow, this guy really used a lot of juice, he's actually doing what he said he's going to do, that's when they really start taking you serious and you start making real progress with them. So right there, that's just the L630 R outlet receptacle, right? And I've got a little PDU plugged into it, 30 amps. And I've got one Bitcoin miner. I'm about to pull out another Bitcoin miner and plug in my second Bitcoin miner. You know what? Let me do that. And then there were 2. Now I've got 2, so I'm even more excited. Let's freaking go! Yes! I mean, I don't know, people probably making fun of me, whatever. Like, I'm chasing 1 petahash, which is, in this era, basically 10 miners. And I've got the hardware here to do it. And it's gonna be such a novel day for me when my mining pool account says, yeah, you're ready, you're doing it, man. You're registering 1 PH/S, which is 1 petahash a second. Hash power with mining rigs is like horsepower with cars, right? These are Bitmain Ant miners in particular. I have a couple other Bitcoin miners from other manufacturers, but these in particular both do about 100 terahash a second or more, mining the SHA-256 mining algorithm, which is of course Bitcoin. And I don't know, I'm just really having a moment, and mining Bitcoin out here, finally working towards a solar powered dream, yes. And I don't know, I found it surprisingly fun and just, I don't know, cool to be like, yeah, I'm mining on Starlink. It's like you're doing crypto things with your crypto friends, and yeah, it's a good time. It's where I want to be. I love this stuff, and just being able to finally have a sweet space to do this, and the juice, and room for expanding. I don't know exactly how far I'm gonna take this and how far I'll even be able to take this, but I'm so much closer to wherever I want to end up. I'm not quite sure yet, and I'm just so much further along than I used to be. I've hit some serious hurdles, especially in the last year. I mean, it's really frustrating, it's depressing, it's devastating. I've talked about in other videos, particularly, you know, taking some serious damage from the FTX, BlockFi fallout, all that stuff. You know, just because you're critically damaged doesn't mean that you have to stop, you have to quit. And even if all that stuff slows me down, even if it severely slows me down, you know, I'm further along than I used to be on average, generally speaking, whatever. And I'm not dead yet. And if I'm not dead yet, then I'm not out to fight. And I'm just gonna keep pushing forward. That's me, that's what I'm gonna do. And I really recommend you do the same thing, because it's easy to give up, it's quit. And it's a lot harder to grit your teeth and just fight through, you know, any adversity in your life. But back to the subject at hand. I won't talk all day today. So I'm in VoskCoin HQ, or the field building, or maybe we need a different name for this. And then you'll see as I walk through here, I've trenched Ethernet from that building to the pod. What is the pod? So we have a digital shovel mini pod. This thing's freaking cool. And if you want to learn more about it, watch our video the day we got it. And I'm working on deploying some rigs in there. And actually, I'm going to focus the pod on Bitcoin mining. So the couple Bitcoin miners I have in there, along with some other ones, and hopefully some future ones, will be going into the pod. I'm on single phase electricity, so basically I can only deploy 2/3 of the capacity for this pod. That's fine. That ends up being 400 amps, whereas this thing can do over 700 amps. In electricity. More amps, more juice, more miners, right? And so you can see the trench behind me now. That's going straight there. And then this is the pod over here. Ethernet's running in there, but that's not even the source. It jumps again, which I'll explain. But this is the pod right here. I actually just plugged one miner in there to just do some initial testing. I still haven't done all the setup on it. But it is completely wired. It is a functional device. I just need to mess with the software, really, and get it just fully functional there. But from here, I trenched around, and I went all the way around into the mining shed. And on the mining shed, I'm mounting Starlink. Right now, I got a, I would call it a more simplistic deployment, where I've just bolted it in to this old oil barrel I have that will eventually become a burn can. This is the source of my internet. I'm mining off of a satellite, mining with Elon Musk's internet or whatever, Starlink. Starlink's really cool. It's been a really good experience so far, other than the fact that they've jacked my bill twice. They've jacked it twice in the last year, which is just crazy. About 15 and 10% or so each time.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
And so inside the mining shed, I have not completed it yet. Let's break in there. So spoiler, I also set up 2 rigs in here. And it's gone from being freezing in here lately to nice and toasty. That's what I'm talking about. I'm running Ethernet from here to there, a router or switch at each location, facilitating the jump. So this is really the beginning of me firing this stuff up, energizing the farm, you know, to sound cool, the dream. And it's just, this is taking so long to get here, but whatever, I'm finally here. And yeah, so the mining shed is technically operational, but it's not really fully functional because I have not cut the air system in yet. I need intake vents and, you know, exhaust vents or fans on there. 400 amps of electricity are wired up in there, tons of outlets. You know, I have more electricity than miners, that's for sure. And again, passing the pod right here. Oh my gosh, they're coming in for an airstrike. Get back. Good luck, Maverick Geese. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming with me, Vosk, who works for Tails Vosk, a resident Dogecoin here at the VoskCoin YouTube channel. So, I mean, that's basically all I got. I don't want to rant or drone on or something. I'm just super freaking stoked. This is monumental. I've got miners deployed in all 3 buildings, and I still have a lot of work to do. I still have things to either fix, problem solve, deploy, whatever. But all you can do, and all I'm trying to do, and just motivate myself and stay focused is really just to stay the course. I'm deployed on the mission. I'm on track, and just like you see the camera bob, every step is a step forward, and just that's all I could do. Seriously, if you've watched this far in the video, thank you so much for tuning in, supporting the channel. If you subscribe, that makes you just checked 10 times freaking cooler. I appreciate you. We stay the course, we'll be all right, regardless of market conditions. All this stuff's a cycle, for better and worse. And, well, I got a lot to say, but I think I've said enough. Peace.